What's up, guys? Manlet of brotherly love checking in. What's up? Golden tilt in the house. Push day. I look like I'm wide awake.
Tired of shit.
Let's do it.
So here's my brother Adam Ogus. He's a year and 2 months older than I am. We used to train together here at the same gym, but that was many, many years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And now we're back at it. For Christmas, I got him a gym membership to my gym, just threw him right on, and just started taking him along with me. He wanted to make a change. He wanted to make this something consistent, and I said, dude, come along with me. I'll pay for the damn membership. I'll show you what to do. All you gotta do is show up. So I'm glad that he's showing up, coming to the gym with me, wants to make a change, and I also have the opportunity to save him from making all the mistakes that I've made when I started lifting. I don't see him as a complete beginner since he's been lifting for a few years now, but over those few years he has made little to no progress. So it's kind of like I'm teaching him things from the ground up. Everything. Form on everything, and most of all making sure that his mobility stays good, and making sure that he increases his flexibility because he's really unflexible as is. I am like 10 times more flexible than he is. Every single measure of flexibility, I beat him, which is crazy. You think that I would be, all beat up from lifting weights and my body would be a piece of shit, but no, it's crazy how unflexible he is, and that's one of the things I'm focusing on most when it comes to him, just making sure that we're keeping him flexible, increasing the flexibility while increasing his strength and muscle mass. So you guys may know that now I'm doing a little bit more instinctive auto-regulatory style training based off RPE. Here I am working for a RPE 9, reps around probably 8, so I chose 275 pounds for this set. Basically, I work towards a set where I have 1 rep left in the tank. To my best ability, whatever 1 rep left in the tank feels like, that's kind of what I'm shooting for, and it just happened that that was pretty much perfect for an RPE 9 set of 8. Anyways, after hitting that set for RPE 9, I drop the weight. Usually it's 5%, maximum it's 10%. I think I chose about 7% for this day. That brought it down 20 pounds from 275 to 255, and from there I bust out pretty much as many sets as I can until I hit another RPE 9, until I hit another set that ends me with 8 reps with only 1 left in the tank. So I'm staying away from failure, and what this is doing is allowing me to get in, as much volume as my body warrants for that given day. Some days you don't feel good. Some days you do feel good, but your body just isn't performing like how you want it to. And those are the days where you end up hitting that RPE 9 set, drop it down, and you end up only hitting 2 sets, 2 drop-down sets. Although today I was feeling, I'd say, average, so I think I hit 3 drop-down sets. And if you're wondering what I have my brother on, I have him on the same thing that I'm doing, legs push, pull off, legs push, pull off, alternating strength with hypertrophy, not really having him do this RPE thing, mostly just having him do straight sets for the most part, although here and there, we might have him drop down weight if a given weight is just killing him and he has to drop weight or else he can't hit the desired rep goal. So for the most part, I'm just doing the RPE stuff, and I'm mostly having him do straight sets, hitting specific targets, whereas I'm doing a little bit more instinctive, but at the same time, still shooting for certain goals. For example, here's Arnold press. I wanted 90-pound dumbbell Arnold presses for, I believe, a set of 10 at a RPE 9. So that's hitting 10 reps and feeling like I only had 1 left in the tank. So that means that last rep should not be a 20-second grinder. It may look like a grinder, but I should still have the energy to pop 1 more out. anyways, here I'm going. My Arnold press, by all means, is probably nothing like the traditional Arnold press. That's, you know, tons of rotation. I pretty much do an Arnold style shoulder press, and I'm working for that 10 rep here. That's the 9th, and I was like, fuck this, I got this. Fuck it, I'll try again, and that shit was not happening. I was a little pissed at myself. Anyways, I dropped the weight down 5 pounds, which would be the minimal drop. I probably should have dropped it down to 80s, to be honest, because after that, I was only able to hit sets of 8. Like, I was supposed to be hitting sets of 10, and you can see here that I was struggling just to hit freaking 8, so I was a little pissed. A little bit pissed at myself for not picking the correct weights, but hey, you live and you learn. My brother Adam suggested I try his way of doing cable crossovers, where you fully contract and cross over your arms. You know, each one arm crosses over the other and you alternate. And I definitely like the way it felt on the chest. I definitely preferred that over just meeting my hands together. But you know, I'm kind of so-so on the shoulder thing. You guys know I had that. I'm sort of having a right shoulder issue, and it didn't really irritate it. So that's why I went along with it. But I definitely could see how this could irritate a shoulder or both shoulders for other people. So with that said, I don't really suggest doing it like this. If anything, just meet those hands together, unless you know what you're doing and you're comfortable with the movement, crossing one arm in front of the other. Only then would it ever be okay to do this sort of thing. One thing you'll many times see people do is they'll treat their isolation cable type movement like this more as a press than as a fly. That was kind of something that Adam was doing. He was kind of just like pressing it more so than treating it like a fly. And although it's practically the same thing, if you're going to be doing a fly motion to begin with, you might as well fly it rather than press it. If you're going to press, then you might as well just do, a dumbbell press or something like that. So that's kind of my thing when it comes to that. Otherwise, you're just, working a ton of tricep in the mix when you could be just getting pure chest. Sure, it may be a little bit easier on your shoulders by pressing it, but at the same time, you're not really getting as much chest activation as you would if you were flying it. One thing I recommend when you're doing flies or any sort of chest exercise is not letting your back cave. So keeping that chest upright, and keeping those shoulders neutral, if not back. Especially with flies, the tendency is to let those shoulders come up. Try to get that big squeeze, but you can still get a squeeze while still feeling like you're keeping those shoulders back and in a much safer position. And you'll even see here that I'm kind of letting them come forward a little bit more than I would like now that I'm watching this. It felt like I wasn't, but from the video here, it kind of looks like I'm letting those shoulders come forward more than I'd like, and I should have kept that chest more upright. Get more chest work and less shoulder destruction. If you're wondering about reps, I believe I did sets of 8 on the bench. I did sets of, supposed to be 10, but I ended up doing sets of 8 on Arnold press. I ended up doing, I believe, sets of 12 or 15 on the flies. And then here on the decline skull crusher, I was doing sets of 15. You can see here that I'm very careful with my form. I keep those elbows not perpendicular to the ground. I don't jerk the weight like I used to in the past. And I try to keep those elbows pretty much stationary and kind of in, not letting them totally angle outward. Definitely. So keep that shit safe. Keep your elbows safe. If they don't feel comfortable, then change the form up a little bit. And that's pretty much it. I did one major set followed by 2 to 4 drop down sets, hitting my RPE. 9 was when I called it a day. Adam, I had him pretty much do straight sets for the most part. Same rep range that I was doing, just not really utilizing the whole RPE style instinctive auto-regulation type shit. Lastly, we did 3 sets of 10 hanging leg raises. You'll see that Adam's kind of rocking back. I mean, bringing that head back a little bit, and you'll notice that I don't do that as much. That's just really a matter of experience combined with shoulder flexibility. My flexibility is much greater than his, like I mentioned before, and I'm able to keep my head in between those arms. Not necessarily from practicing this movement, but really just practicing just good shoulder health tactics. All my warm-ups and mobility drills, all that stuff I learned from, DeFranco training, Smitty, Diesel, Elite FTS. I have to give those guys some love because I learned so much from those guys when it comes to mobility, flexibility, shoulder health, hip health, all that good stuff. Man of peace, checking out. Thanks for watching the workout with my brother. Push day, chest, shoulder, triceps. If you have any questions, just let me know. And actually, I'll leave you guys some links in the description box. I gave you guys those names, DeFranco. I think I threw out Elite FTS as well as Smitty Diesel. Those were some serious resources where I learned a ton about form, stretching, warm-ups, mobility, all that good stuff. I learned so much from those guys, so definitely check them out. And if you want to subscribe to my brother Adam's channel, I think there's probably a link in the description box too. So have fun, guys. Take care. Man, let peace out.
Hey, quit being a little bitch!
Ogus cake!